So we're back.
See, now we're back. We're back in the new studio. I couldn't have done it with anybody but you. I feel like that is the way to bring in this new era of Cageside. What do you think? You like it? You like the digs?
I love this shit. It's cozy.
It's a lot more cozy.
I like this too. Like this little area back here too.
Not
just the bar.
I had to lay those. I had to keep my grandfather's photo up, and then I had to lay the bricks myself because this was not how it looked.
Really?
Well, I didn't lay the bricks, but I did the whole set design, man. Listen, this is a one man. It's a one man band.
I had to build this shit from scratch, baby. Oh, this shit dope.
Close. We got the new monitor now that we can have whatever guests whenever. We got shiny new headphones that I just bought you last night, so that way you were
I feel fancy.
crispy, as you like to call it. Crispy. So a couple things. First of all, let's do a nice proper cheers.
We're happy to be back, man.
We're sipping on some good whiskey today. Thanks to shout out to Rob who hooked it up with a nice bottle to Chris in the studio with. A couple things before I get straight into you. But a couple things. First, the show could completely go off the rails today because Gabby is doing everything. She's cut. I'm not gonna edit anymore. She's doing everything right now.
I said, should I just do a crazy sequence of just
hit us with a couple shots? Hit us with a couple shots. Come on, give me a camera a 1, 2, 3 shot.
There we go.
Grossly underprepared.
No, you're always prepared, brother. So there's my bad. Go ahead. We're just gonna start interrupting each other already. This is how it goes. No, what I wanted to get out of the way was I've had a ton of supporters, and not meaning like people who watch the show, but like outside of that, who have believed in the product.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Robbie, one of them, yourself, obviously Gabby. Videosmith, which is a Philly, they rent out equipment for the biggest movies and shows being produced in Philly.
Oh, shit.
I've been working with these people for like probably close to 19 years.
God damn.
He actually, Chris, he brought me my first camera and met me in like a parking lot to deliver it to me before I went to film school. So like these people don't stop supporting the show, bro. And so now the cameras, the lighting, all this stuff, that's all them. So I appreciate that very much. So they're going to be an official show partner moving forward.
Thank you guys. This shit is dope.
Yeah, I think so. And the other one is Ches and Spaceboy out of Delaware and out of Aston, who have provided me the opportunity to have probably the best shirts that anybody's making these days. You don't have one. I tried to get you to take one with you for your fight, and I heard crickets, but that's okay because they're available now if you would like to purchase one. You're still getting yours for free, though.
That is a lie. Hey, where my shirt at? He just ain't want to give me a shirt.
They're in that box right there. I got the box. So you're getting your shirt today.
I'd have rocked that shit.
I know. Well, for the next one.
Yeah.
So now we can actually get into it. Brother, you promised. I was very proud of you, first of all. I had the whole family like surrounding the TV, or actually the projector up in Long Branch, because I was excited for you, because you've been wanting to get back on the saddle.
It took a while.
And you didn't seem too like thrilled with the process. Maybe just the weight cut. I don't know.
I don't know.
But you went in there. You look fucking confident. You looked like a fucking veteran. Well, this is what I saw. You can tell me the reality in a second. What I saw was a very confident
all that
person going in there. Until a bug flew in the octagon, but aside from that, you fucking dominated. You look great, man.
Oh, that fucking bug! That bug helped me. Oh, shout out to that motherfucking bug. Yeah,
bro, you grabbed onto the cage.
Yo, real shit. Like I seen it coming, and I hope that it like came a little closer. I was like, good. Let me take a breath. Come deal with this shit. Like,
was there a moment where you maybe felt like this might stop the fight and I might just get to go home and fuck this? I'm done. I don't want to fight anymore.
That thing would have bit me. I was out.
They showed a close up of it later. Looked crazy.
I don't.
It was the size of a fist.
I've never seen some shit like that before in my fucking life. No, no, fuck no. Especially after we already done started and I didn't cut weight. I would hope not.
So how did you? So when you had, it's been how long since you fought? Almost a year, right? Or February was your last fight?
Shit, I don't even. Wait, where was it?
Was it in Mississippi?
Yeah, no. It was in Lancaster. Yeah. But I don't know if it was it was snowing, so maybe. But yeah, a little bit. But yeah, man, happy to be back. I told you.
Were you happy with your performance?
No, it was. I felt sloppy.
What?
Yeah, no, I felt sloppy. I mean, win is a win, but that shit. I felt a little off. He fucking felt like I was punching a fucking wall, man. Like my hand, like I came back from Mississippi and my hand was on dubs.
Was he just a fucking solid dude? Or
I think I was punching elbows and
yeah,
doing shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing.
All right. Well, I don't know what Gabby thinks, but what I think, I thought you look crisp. You look good.
A little bit. John yelled at me.
Well, John yells at everybody, doesn't he?
He said, I was like, I can't breathe.
Did you say you can't breathe?
Because I wasn't, I don't know if it was like the venue or maybe the smoke machine got me, but I wasn't taking in oxygen. And after the first round, I was like, yo, I can't breathe. He was like, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I don't give a fuck. We ain't doing this shit. I was like,
okay.
I was just like,
if I pass out, please pick me up.
I was just like,
I was just giving you feedback.
Just start ramming on me. All right. I won't say anything else.
So what round did you finish it in? Was that the second round?
The third.
Was it on the third?
Yeah. Fuck, that shit felt like it took forever.
Did you feel like you had it in the bag though at that point before you landed the series of finishing strikes?
I probably could have finished it sooner if I didn't take the second round off.
Is that what you did?
I did.
To breathe?
I thought you were gonna get a submission for a second.
I wanted to with all my heart,
and that blue belt is
I also saw that, and I'm like,
and I went
shit.
For all these fucking sloppy fucking. It looked like such garbage. I can like see like Daniel like at home fucking yelling at me and shit. Like
you had some good sprawls.
Huh?
You had some good sprawls in it.
A little bit. My wrestling was impeccable. Did you see that takedown?
I knew you had him on the ground, so I figured you were trying to challenge yourself with the striking because it's not your thing. And
I gotta get it to where I'm strong at on the ground. You know what I mean, my grappling is
So I didn't know much about this guy that you fought besides the finger scenario, situation.
That's all I heard about.
But first he was big, right? He's a big boy. He was tall. He had a decent frame. And did he hit you with anything that hurt?
That one, I think he kicked me with a calf kick. I think one time, and that shit blew my fucking leg up.
Yeah.
These fucking calf kicks, man. This shit is a game changer, man. I don't think I want to get hit with one of them Jones again.
One would think that everybody would have known about calf kicks forever. The fact that it's just a now thing, it's hilarious to me. Oh,
who told me that? Manny told me about fucking calf kicks. He kicked me with a couple of them Jones. I didn't even fucking know it was a thing. Like, he kicked me. Yeah, I think he kicked me like 3 times and fucked my leg up for like 2 weeks from that shit.
And it shuts your nerve down, right? You can't feel shit. Well, listen, you put on a good.
For the show, I told you I had to do it for the show.
I know.
Man, if I'd have got beat up, then you wasn't gonna let me come back.
I was gonna actually unfollow you that night. I send
I just reach out to the show, reach out to you, and my fucking text messages are just going into the fucking abyss.
No, I would have sent you to the website that says, if you would like to be a guest on the show, please submit your resume as a fighter. No, I put that little post up, saying we were gonna get that Taco Bell money afterwards, or you were gonna get that Taco Bell money afterwards. Damn. I think that motivated you. I think that was part of the reason why you won. No?
I'm not even going to do it again.
Don't fuck with the audio, and then, you can do whatever you want, but just know there's a risk that you'll be mute for the rest of the show.
God damn it. I feel like it's so close, but is this good right here?
You're good right there. All right. You're good. You just get comfortable.
All right. Yeah,
this is the new digs. The new digs are very, I feel very, very relaxed.
Your seat is dope, man. You know what? This couch isn't bad though.
You know what the problem with this couch is? It's very low.
I like this.
I was gonna get new legs for it. No, you like that?
Yeah, I don't want to be sitting all high and shit.
Yeah, but then what's his name? Patrick Brady had to go making fun of Chris Dawkins, saying he looked like an elephant sitting on a little chair or some shit. And then it made me all conscious about how my guests look every time they sit on the low couch.
Tell everybody who comes in they gotta bring their own seating.
BYOS.
Bring your own chair, son.
That would you know what? That would have saved me a lot of fucking trouble if I would have gotten the white chairs, the cheap Kmart chairs that break after a couple of years.
The barbecue joint.
Yes, yes, and I could stack them up on the side, and then depending on how many guests, we could just lay them out. I don't know.
That would be so uncomfortable. Yeah.
That would be and the creaking the whole fucking show.
How you been, man?
I've been good. Thanks, man. You're dressed to impress today.
I'm not letting you shit on me with the shirts no more. I'm coming in with some nice shirts.
Yeah, you just came in with let me show my guns.
Because I knew it was gonna be hot.
But no longer. It's kind of cool in here, isn't it? No,
maybe because of the
drinking. Yeah.
Let's talk about fights. Let's talk about the Rams going to the Super Bowl. They are
already.
You think so already? How many one preseason game?
No, I didn't even see the preseason game. I just believe in my heart.
All right, you're a Rams fan then.
Money on it.
You're a Rams fan?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a Philly-based show, so let's pretend that you said Eagles.
Let's talk some birds.
Before, let's not. I know nothing about football. I probably should have done this in the beginning because I keep on being told that I should, so that way people know who's going to be on the show. But I forget to do that. So on the show today, there's two guests besides yourself. One is Mary, who is a BJJ practitioner. Well, what caught my eye about her, it's like I'm very amazed. I'm not amazed, but like I'm very impressed by like the new influencer BJJ kind of life that's out there existing. Yeah. And she has a good amount of following, and she does all this stuff. And I just want to kind of get to know more about what the behind the scenes on her deal. But then Jimmy Gorecki, you know Jimmy Gorecki? You never skated growing up?
I wanted a skateboard for like 5 seconds.
The man's a legend. The man's a Philly legend.
No, I
in that world.
Fuck.
But you're into fashion. And then he became a Mr. Mr. Popular when it came to fashion. So
I seen some of the shit on his Instagram. I like some of the shit. I was gonna
Jimmy sweatpants.
I was gonna purchase
JSP.
sweatpants.
Jimmy Listen, if somebody can make good looking sweatpants, it's him. I can never look good in sweatpants.
You don't have to look good in them.
Is it because I have to be more athletic looking? You can answer that.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't ever think about how I look in sweatpants. I just don't be giving a fuck. Plus, most of my sweatpants got like holes in them and shit. Like, if I'm wearing sweatpants, I gave up on it.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's the difference. The sweatpants that he makes or designs are the type of shit that like you see people going out and about and they look fresh, like crisp sneakers, awesome looking outfit, but it's sweat. I can't pull that shit off.
Yeah, I'm gonna ruin those things.
I look like I'm running to Wawa to pick up a coffee in the morning. That's what I look like. Speaking of Wawa.
I was about to say.
So the guests are going to be doing call-ins. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh shit!
I do not know if this is going to work as I wish it works, but we'll find out. And I'm not editing anymore, so we'll see.
I didn't even.
I called that shit myself. That's a lot.
We have Mary Angela in the waiting room.
I will tell you something about that. So I don't know if you've heard it before on the show, but my brother-in-law was best friends with him, and I knew him, and I've hung out with him a couple times. But remember the Philly cop, the SWAT guy, Jimmy, who got killed in an FBI raid, like a year or two ago.
No.
Well, anyway, he was an awesome guy. He hunted that, and he gave that as a gift to my nephew.
Oh shit! That's cool shit.
And then they gifted it to me for the studio. So.
And then you're gonna gift it to me.
So who do we have on line one?
We have Mary.
Put her on. Let's see if we can get this to work.
Do I need headphones on?
Yeah, we need headphones.
I'll try to talk BJJ.
By the way, I think she's also. We'll find out. I think she's also a blue belt though. So I think this is the blue belt crew.
I think I have a purple belt now.
Is that what you have?
What up, guys?
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Can you hear us okay?
Wait.
Say that one more time?
You can hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
Awesome. So I don't know if you did a little searching for a second, but I don't know if you know that we're in our new studio today for the first time. So you're the first guest on this new 2.0 version of the show.
Yeah.
So things could go horribly, and we could lose you halfway, but we are going to do our best to get you on.
Well, I'm going to do a disclaimer. I'm so fucking hungry that I'm probably going to be eating while we're on this podcast.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay, I'm on it.
Better than the Blair Witch Project that we're currently doing right now. Mary, so I asked you earlier, what to call you by, because I did my research, and you go by two different last names, or middle name and last name. Is there a preference there, so I can address you properly?
So my real name that my family calls me is Mary Angela. It's a double name, but none of my friends call me that because it's too long. Just call me Mary. But okay. I don't have a preference. I just used to not put my last name on Instagram because I've dealt with some stalkers. But once I started competing in super fights, like my last name was out there, so it's like, fuck it. So no, it doesn't matter.
Okay, no, it was just a little confusing. I'm like, I don't want to call you by the wrong thing, but
that's okay. Angela's my middle name. Barron's my last name.
Barron. So the man next to me here, if you can see him, you're seeing us on the webcam, which obviously looks like crap compared to what the show is.
Are we live yet?
No, we're not live, but we're recording.
Go on.
Yeah, you're good. Do your thing. You have all the questions, right?
I can hear you. I'm just getting water.
Yes.
I'm giving the job to my partner here.
Yes, I have one question so far.
Okay.
Okay, go for it. So who am I seeing?
So this is Nishon Burrell, who has fought in every. Should I do the speaking for you, or? I mean, he's fought in the UFC. He just came off of a horrendous knockout victory this last weekend. So the man's also here.
And a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt.
Absolutely.
You should have started that. You should have started with my
we make fun of him because he doesn't ever want to do any jiu-jitsu on any of his fights. He just wants to strike.
I tried my last fight.
He tried. So are you a blue belt, or am I getting that wrong?
I'm a blue belt.
A blue belt. All right, cool. So we have 3 blue belts in the room.
Haven't you seen my big thing about that big dick blue belt energy?
Is that a thing? I never heard this.
I don't know, but I like it.
I posted like a picture. I'll have to send it to you. I posted this picture of me in like the 3rd grade. I was huge and still am a tomboy. I was wearing my brother's clothes, my Kentucky hat backwards, my UK basketball hat, puffing my arms like this. And I posted it, and it was like that big dick blue belt energy, and underneath it says, "You're gonna have to kill me." Because that's how blue belt rolls.
Do you authorize Burrell to take that from you and use that on his profile?
Oh my God, it's already stolen.
And then when I make it into a T-shirt, I'll send it to you.
There we go.
I like that. What are we having for dinner? Actually, what time are you in Austin?
I'm in Austin, Texas. It's central, so it's 5:30. Okay. I'm actually making some deviled eggs. Right now I'm making kratom and then deviled eggs.
You're making what?
I fucking love deviled eggs.
Kratom, it's just
kratom, the supplement kratom?
Yeah, like the plant. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't drink coffee usually. Not always, like especially not in the afternoon, but I'll drink like a teaspoon of kratom. It's controversial for some people, but
I know. I've heard about it.
It works fine for me.
Some people say it's like is it like an Asian like drug kind of, not a drug, but like they sell it in like places they sell CBD, and people say like
plant medicine, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The reason like sometimes it'd be a hot topic for people, like if you go on Reddit, a lot of heroin users have gotten off heroin using it. That's not my story, but if it's your story, that's cool.
All right, we're gonna cut this interview because we already got to the bottom of it.
But from my research, under 2 grams, it acts more like a mild stimulant, like caffeine would.
Okay.
And over 2 or 3 grams, it acts more like a sedative, like an opioid, because it has the same. This is where people get tripped up. It's got the same receptor site as an opioid, but think about this: heat and pain have the same receptor site. That's why I usually put heat on like a sore back, because it blocks the pain. But heat is not pain unless you take too much of it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So just because it has the same receptor site doesn't mean it's the same thing, right? That's where like my very conservative parents who are like, you know, weed is a gateway drug type people would hear that about kratom and be like, you know. But just like in moderation with anything else, it can be very healthy. Like to me, it's very useful for like anti-anxiety. It's super helpful. Helpful for focus. I got off like my ADHD medication and just drink a little bit of this now throughout the day.
Do you ever do CBD for anxiety?
Not consistently.
Okay.
I
swear by
want
that.
to try it. Like, have you?
I swear by that. Yeah. So me and my wife both take the drops at night.
Okay.
And when specifically her, when she's off of it for like 3 or 4 days because we, you know, ran out or whatever, she'll start having like a weird kind of just not feeling herself, and then I'm like, well, you need the CBD. So we'll do that just regularly. And I also started getting all this anxiety shit during COVID for some odd reason.
I mean, that's not odd.
Yeah.
COVID brought so much uncertainty in people's life. Uncertainty, in my opinion, in my humble blue belt opinion.
A lot of energy in that blue belt.
I gotta
Too much
go back
energy.
to that in a minute. I made a comment like that one day. People took it seriously. Anyway, uncertainty is going to breed anxiety for many people.
Yeah.
People like to be certain, they like a plan. Not everybody, but you know. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what it was for me, but it definitely. I pretended that it wasn't anxiety. And then I'm like, I think I'm having a heart attack or I'm going to pass out or something. And then I think it's anxiety.
I know the feeling.
Huh?
2 L's to get you right where you need to be.
Well,
2 L's? You trying to get me to smoke? Okay. We should get a Kratom sponsor.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah?
because I'm just going to throw them out there even though they're not my sponsor yet. White Dragon Botanicals. They're here in Austin. They double test their stuff for heavy metals because that's another thing with kratom. You got to be careful about the heavy metals. So they test it over. You get what country they get it from. I don't really trust out of the country tests. And they test it here again in the States. I love them. They have all different type of strands. They're alkalized. That's basically the way it's dehydrated, I believe, is it affects the alkalization of the vein of the plant, which then affects your vagus nerve. I geek out on this kind of shit, but it affects your vagus nerve. And then your vagus nerve, you know, from your stomach, that affects the brain, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm not a professional, but I'm also not stupid.
Hey.
What were you going to ask?
Fuck, I forgot the question. It was something about the metal.
Something about the metal.
It was something that I was trying to get.
Heavy metals.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing on CBD. Like that's their big thing. Like I guess based on how they harvest it or whatever, that they have to be careful and they have to test it accurately to make sure that you're not consuming all this crap.
Heavy metal toxicity can really fuck you up. So I think the one, I can't remember when I did the research, but the one that they found in kratom before is like lead, which y'all are familiar
that's not
with
good.
that.
That's not good for you. No. So listen, I appreciate you being on the show. I'll be honest, like I wanted to get you on because so I follow a lot of people obviously for the show and to try to just, you know, jiu-jitsu is something that I'm like learning like from scratch about. These guys all know more than me. But I'm obviously, you know, I'm impressed by what people are able to do and all this stuff. But in your case, so most of your videos that you have on your social media, you have a big following. You know, now I just said this earlier before we started. I feel like now jiu-jitsu is becoming like you can be almost like a jiu-jitsu influencer, and people not, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like different from fighting. It's like its own little category.
Yeah.
Which is crazy now.
Which is crazy. I mean, it's cool, but it's like it has a whole different life than outside of MMA. I feel like.
It really does. But keep going.
No, so I was gonna ask you. So I know that I believe that I know that you got into jiu-jitsu pretty late, right? As far as age-wise goes. What? So, but then your social media.
You want to play the age game?
What's that? No. It's fine. I mean, I can because I saw a couple of interviews and you said your age, but that's not my point. The point is that you at that point had said you had done it for like 2 or 4 years or something along them lines. A lot of jiu-jitsu people start very early. So my point is, you know, your social media is mostly about jiu-jitsu and your videos are almost instructional in their nature. Like, is that your passion? Is it a business at this point, or is it just you sharing knowledge that you're learning because you're like, you love learning, so you like just want to share it forward. I just think it's a very cool thing, you know, because I feel like I learn things that I think I can do because I see some of your video clips, but I know that I can't.
I believe in you.
I hope my dog's at the front door waiting on me.
What kind of dog?
All right, that was a lot of questions, so let me try to break that down. So like, it's not a one answer. Not one answer because it evolved, right? So when I started putting things on Instagram about jujitsu, it was because the girl kind of mentoring me in jujitsu. Like when I first started, I just finished grad school and I was like, I'm not going to look for a job yet. I'm just going to train jujitsu. I went and I loved it. And I was like, I'm just going to do this for a minute, take a break. So I did that for like 3 months. And Priscilla, who's Nogi Press on Instagram, she kind of took me under her wing and was like, she was already making a lot of videos, doing what I now do. And she was like, hey, the more videos you make, like the more reps you're going to get in. She would like make me drill for like an hour before we can make a video, like legitimately. And so I learned a lot of things really fast because we were drilling so much, because she's like, we're not going to put anything shit on the internet. Now I've put some shit stuff on the internet, but not when she was around. And so, she keeps me on my toes with it. And so at first it was just fun, it's just like, I'm just putting up what I'm doing with my life. So I am an extrovert. I like to connect with other people. I just enjoyed it. And sorry, I'm trying to find a good spot. And from there, it just kind of grew. It just took off. But for the longest time, like probably for the first year, so I've been doing jiu-jitsu about a little over 2.5 years, maybe close to 3 now. I'm 32. I started like the month before I turned 30. And so the first year it was just fun. It was just like, I'm just putting this out there, like no expectations, nothing. And then people started sending me free gear, and then people actually started following me, like the same people, like messaging me a lot. Like you get these followers, which that grew pretty fast in the beginning. Like first time Priscilla put me in a video, I probably got 6,000 followers overnight.
Can Priscilla come to Philly and have me do a video so we can grow? God knows how much I try to get this in front of people's faces, because I think we put on a quality show, and we love doing it, and our goal is that the support continues, but it grows very slowly for somebody, at least like myself. So I need her contact after.
Yeah, really helped me. It didn't always. It wasn't like 6,000. It was just like 6,000 almost overnight, and then it's been organic growth since then.
Mm-hmm.
Other than like partnering with people to do videos, like I haven't done anything else. I don't, and so it's fun. Now it's turned into a business as well as something I'm passionate about. So it's not, jiu-jitsu isn't my whole life, but it's close to it. What I do for work, I'm an occupational therapist, which is similar to physical therapy. I won't go into all the differences, but I tend to work with more like neuro and like adults with special needs, and then older geriatric patients in their home. And I love that. Like, that's something I'm very passionate about. That's what I went to grad school with. I had a whole career before that, and I changed it and went to school for this. And I've loved my job. Like, I'm very passionate about that. And I don't ever want to quit my job. I will work less, and I've started to really work less and train more and do more through sponsorships. But that also allows me extra time. Like, instead of just spending 45 minutes with my patient that I'm paid for, well, I can afford to spend 2 hours with you just because you're lonely. Do you know what I mean? Like, right. I do my job and then we hang out, or I take you to a doctor's appointment, which isn't in my job. Does that make sense? So like, jiu-jitsu has almost allowed me,
of course,
to do my job the way I want to do it, because now I can afford to. But also on the flip side, my job is so flexible because I do home health that it allows me to train for the most part when I want, and to work on sponsorships. And just like, I have 3 dogs. I take my dogs to work with me a lot. Like, here's one. She just jumped up here. But I don't know. I don't know if that answered all your question, but it's definitely a business now for sure. It pays my rent, my utilities, and plus some.
I just think there's a lot of, I see it as a positive, by the way. I'm applauding you for it, because I don't know how everybody sees it, or how they see their own efforts, but I think you have to be smart. And obviously you seem to be doing that the right way, because unless you're just, or maybe unless you're younger and you're just doing it for the hell of it, but if you have the eyes on you, you might as well do something with it, whether it's, share knowledge, but then also make a living and allow yourself to do what you're saying. So I don't know. I think it's great.
With this being my second career, I also know what I don't want my life to look like. And I don't want it to look how it did before, where I was like on the clock 24/7, had no time for anything else. I wasn't happy. My life didn't have very much meaning. Now I get to combine like all the things I love, jujitsu, helping older people, helping adults with special needs. They complement each other with the schedule, right? When you said you don't know how other people see it, I'm assuming what you mean is like I have run into people being like, she's just a blue belt and she's getting sponsorships and I don't act like I'm a black belt. You know, I don't act like I'm better than I am. That's an insecurity on your part. That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. You know, like if I got upset every time somebody treated me like that, I'd always be upset, you know, but instead I see it as an opportunity to kind of win them over, because I think like rising tide raises all ships. So like I have this platform now, which is part of the reason I started Dogfight Dojo, which I'm not sure if you know what that is,
Yep.
but I started this Instagram page, Dogfight Dojo, which is also a gear company, but I use my platform in hopes to help like my friends who are way more talented than I am. I mean, I'm average, maybe slightly below average in my jujitsu, okay? But like they're way more talented, but they don't have the reach. They don't maybe have the flair and the drive for Instagram as much as I do. They're maybe not as outgoing. Whatever the case is, I know I'm not bad at Instagram. So let me help you. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fun to like share that platform with my friends who can feel where I'm weak at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't teach on Instagram. Like you said, my videos are kind of tutorial-ish because I maybe sometimes do it in a slow-mo or in a speed ramp, and I bring other people on and they teach and I'm the uke, but I'm not allowed to teach. I'm only a blue belt, right? So does that make sense? I feel like
It
I'm
does.
probably beating a dead
No, it does totally. Well,
I'd say opportunity to share that.
yeah. And by the way, I didn't mean it that way. I actually meant it how they see the purpose of having that platform for themselves. But I'm glad you answered that, because that's also another question that I would have, which is, you know, how people see you and how you take that and how. So you answered that question already. Is there any way that you can convince him to value social media a little bit more? Because I can't even get him to go public. Are you still not public?
No.
No, he doesn't care at all about anything. He likes to fight.
Like hearing you say that is like I'm the complete opposite. My Instagram will go
And that's
nowhere.
fine. I mean,
There's some people that are just really talented with that shit. I'm just like, I'll post.
Are you more of an introvert?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Like that's totally fine. But I have no idea like what's going on like in your life or what type of sponsorships you get or if you're getting the fights that you want. But I can tell you I've gotten some super fights that I never would have gotten if I didn't have this platform on social media, because it's also a business. Bottom line, like MMA, jiu-jitsu, it's still a business. These promoters need people that are going to bring in an audience, engage the audience. I'm trying to think of someone.
You keep on going. You're selling this awesome.
Everybody's.
This is my point. I just want them to have every opportunity. You know.
I've got so many friends who are like really good at the sport, and they get kind of frustrated that that's a part of it, but it's the reality of it, and you don't have to throw yourself into it like I do. Like it's very natural for me. I enjoy sharing my life with people for the most part, and I share a part of it. My whole life's not out there. But if you enjoy fighting, just have somebody else take some videos of you fighting. If you enjoy helping kids learn how to fight, do a little tutorial with some kids. Like just put a little bit out there. Like people you already been fighting in the UFC, right? Like people already like you. People already want to know about you. Like you're not coming up from nowhere at this point. You've been doing shit, I'm assuming. So I don't think it would be that difficult, and you wouldn't have to share that much. But if it's going to be a burden,
I love it. This turned into an intervention.
That's what I feel like. She's just stressing me out because I can't do it. I can't.
I've gotten some sponsorship opportunities. There's one, I wish I could say it, but I haven't signed it yet. The biggest sponsorship I'm about to have, people are going to be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, it's not because, it's because.
You mean financially? You mean financially it's big?
Probably financially, and also just the biggest, like.
Company-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, people know these people. I don't want to say financially yet because we haven't signed anything.
Yeah.
But, and I'm not saying in a bragging sense, I'm saying this as an example. Yeah. This sponsorship came about because I was strategic. I posted something with their thing in it when I was, how do I say this? I posted something with their thing in it talking about something else, but I was using their tool or whatever. And so they saw it and they started following me, right? And then they started seeing my personality on there and seeing how I was engaged. And then about a month later, after I saw they were consistently following me, I reached out over video and I was like, hey, I see how like most of your followers are guys, most of your demographic right now is men, but people that are new upcoming people that are buying this kind of product are women, and the only woman that you have on there is this like professional, if I say what it is, you'll know what the product is, professional yada yada person using your product, and she gives amazing information. But what about the female who's new to this type of product, who needs to learn how to use it, who needs to even determine that she needs this product, she needs to feel safe using it? God, I was like, I can be that avenue for you.
Yeah, so you position yourself in a place where you could get those eyeballs, and then you follow through with already like almost giving them the plan or the approach.
But the thing is, I would prefer products that are just organic and natural for me. Things I'm already like rash guards, super easy. I'm already making videos and rash guards every day. Throwing around, not difficult, especially if it's a company I like and I like the gear. If I don't like their shit, there's a time and place where I still needed the money to do it, but like I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I can now say, thanks for reaching out, but no thank you. And I want those options, right? Like I'm sure you got your bills covered, but like I need more of my bills covered. I want more free to be able to. There's things I want to do with my money, also to help some other people as well. And like I don't know, I changed the reason behind the why I'm doing it. It's not just I want everybody to know who I am and look at my stuff. And I've got some goals, like solid, clear goals for me that really motivate me to be involved on social media. Anyway, sorry this turned into your intervention.
This is great.
I feel attacked, but it's okay.
Listen, Mary, I really do appreciate you coming on the show. We got another guest coming on as well now. I wish you tons of success. Keep killing it. I can't wait to see what that sponsorship's going to be.
And the shirts, don't forget the shirts.
Oh yes, I know some shirts.
Hit me up on Instagram after this. I'll send you that shirt. Okay.
All right. Awesome. Listen, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate your time. Keep killing out of there. Thank you.
Studio looks great. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Listen, we're jumping on another one. You might as well not take them off. Jimmy's about to jump on.
I was gonna freshen my joke.
No, go for it, dude. Go for it.
I don't appreciate being attacked.
I didn't think that was gonna turn into that. But I had to take the opportunity.
I don't like it one bit. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. Give me like.
I think you did that backwards, Gabby, right?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I was hitting the right button before I
How's the recording time going? How are we looking? How's production looking back there?
Looking pretty good.
All right. The whiskey's good, man.
Whiskey's good.
It's yeah.
You don't like it?
No, that's cool.
Not your favorite?
No, it's good.
You know what I had?
You trying to set me up, man?
Rob, he doesn't like your whiskey.
No, this shit is okay.
Yesterday, it was our anniversary. We went out in the city, and we went to this Mexican place called La Chinesca, which is on Spring Garden.
La Chinesca.
It used to be like a Jiffy Lube, and it has the Biggie mural on the side of it, on like 10th and anyway.
From what?
In Spring Garden. You know the old spaghetti warehouse that became a unit transfer? It's in that parking lot. But so we had it. They didn't have a. What happened?
I thought that was just him
just sitting waiting for us. No, I think that's his image.
I was like, yo. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Anyway, I asked for a double smoked mezcal old fashioned, which was delicious. Jimmy, how's it going, man?
Hey,
I like old fashions.
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. Can you hear us all right?
I can, yeah, yep.
Awesome. Sorry with the timing thing. We were like just about to start the show, and then we had somebody coming on right before you, and so.
No worries. I had got home a little bit early from work, so I was just figured to see if you guys were already up and going, but all good.
Awesome, man. So first of all, thanks for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you.
I know we're this little kind of thing just starting up, and we're doing our best to get it out there. You are currently in California?
I am, yeah, yep.
Do you split the year like back and forth between there and here, or?
Man, I wish I had it that good. Nah, we try to get back as much as we can. My mom lives in Norristown, and all my sisters, my nephews and nieces and everything are back there. So we try to get back there as much as we can. But yeah, I wish I could say I split half the year.
That's where you're from, Norristown?
But yeah, I'm here for the most part.
And you grew up in Norristown?
I did, yeah, yep. Grew up in Norristown, and then graduated high school, went to Temple, finished there in 06, and then I moved. I got a job offer here in 08.
Okay.
And then it was just, yeah, I've been here ever since.
That job offer, was that skateboarding related or was that fashion related?
Kinda. It was I had worked on a television show called Zeke and Luther, which was on Disney XD, and it was about two kids that skated, and I didn't know anything about television or film production or anything, but the producers needed someone to help them work with all the departments to show them how to implement the skating stuff in it, and just asked me to be as honest with everyone as possible, yeah, I worked on the pilot, which was just like 2 weeks, shot the first episode. I didn't think anything of it. And then skating, like, it came to a halt for me as like a career in May, and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I was like, I went to school, but like I was still like mentally in skate zone. And like a month later, the director called me back and was like, "Yo, we got picked up for 3 seasons. Can we move you to Los Angeles?" And I was like, "Thank God, yo, this was like the blessing that I needed."
That's awesome, brother.
Yeah.
So doing my, I was trying to. So I've known about you for a bit now. Currently, but I was trying to place you because I think we're probably similar in age, and
I'm 39.
Okay, so you're 2 years older. But when I was growing up in South Jersey, I wanted to be a skater. I did my best to be a skater. I was not a good skater.
You got pictures.
But I was very into the skating world, like the Thrasher magazines and going to the skate shops and, having a parent drive us to Philly and we pretended that we were like good skaters, whether it was in Love Park or whether I think that at that time under Broad Street or whatever they had like at
FDR.
Yeah. So, like, we did all that stuff, and my buddies were just way better. But we looked up to the people who were, like, legit. The ones who were, like, doing ollies over, like, fucking trash cans and doing all sorts of cool tricks. I was just trying to land, like, a kickflip or something. I could never do it. But point being is that you were, at that point, you started pretty young, and you were successful pretty young as a skater in the Philly area, were you not?
Yeah. We used to go to South Jersey a lot. I had Washington Township, they used to have a big contest there, like pretty regularly at the Washington Township skate park. I don't if you remember Failure Skate Shop.
No.
That was pretty big. I think they were I want to say they were in Cherry Hill. I could be
Which
wrong.
is where I live actually now. No, I used to go to one in Marlton. I feel like it was a little tiny shop in like a shopping center, and I don't know. It was they would give you like the little magazines that you could go home and like look through the shit and order stuff. Over the phone.
There was all those like little mom and pop shops back in the day.
Yeah.
And but yeah, and there were a lot of good skaters from South Jersey too. So like, I lucked out. Like I had like good older dudes that lived around me growing up that kind of took me under their wing, and that were like positive dudes. They weren't like just shithead guys. They took care of me. They kept me kind of on a straight path, and those guys would then take me downtown when I was super young, like not super young, 12, 13, and like it was just eye opening because like Norristown is, especially the part of Norristown I grew up in, was pretty rough for sure. So like my mom worked 17, 18-hour days because she's a single mom. So like skating was that thing that kind of kept me. I played sports and everything, but skating was the thing that kept me like really like locked in and glued in. And once I realized like what was going on downtown, like I just was kind of enamored by it all. So like, and just like one of the biggest scenes in skateboarding history all took place at 15th and JFK. So it was just kind of like right place, right time. And I was just lucky to be part, like so much history. Even there's a lot of kids there now that are still really doing their thing. They've kind of carried the torch and the legacy of what older generations have done. So it's just it's a very rich skate tradition down in Center City.
Is Love Park still like skater friendly? Because they've done a lot to it.
It's not, yo. So what happened was there was Love Park. You had Love Park, municipal building and city hall, right in like that little in the intersection. And if you didn't know any better, you would have thought all three of those buildings were built structurally for skateboarding. Like just the layouts of them. And that's what, as a kid, I was like, holy shit, there's stairs, there's ledges, there's handrails. Like everything that a skateboarder could need was right at each of these spots. So as the years have gone on, first they remodeled City Hall, then they remodeled Love Park, and now the last spot is the municipal building, which I tell those kids all the time, take it much, get as much out of it as you can, because it's only a matter of time before those city planners come in and reconfigure it and make it unskateable for them. Not to be like a Debbie Downer, but it's just the natural flow of these architects and stuff and city planners and shit. So,
do you feel like skating's less frowned upon these days? As far, because back in the day, like cops would run you out of everything, and you were like the misfits.
Yeah. No, it's definitely like, especially out here, you'll see it like. You'll see developments, like new housing developments pop up, and like they'll have playgrounds and basketball courts and skate parks. Like that's the real eye-opening thing to me, where they're building these things into like these new neighborhoods. The amount of skate parks, too, even in Philly, you know what I'm saying? Like to see like a park like Pops Park in I think it's in Fishtown, and then there's the park in Grays Ferry. Like there's skate parks popping up in parts of the city where you're like, skating's never like been like, you might not even want to skate through neighborhoods you like that, you know what I'm saying? But now there's parks, because I think they just realize it's such a big sport, and like anything that's going to keep a kid just positively distracted.
Yeah, it's like giving a kid a basketball court back in the day. Like it's now it's like a way to keep them safe in an area.
I would trip on the way that they, like the way that like people look at skating. Is like, yo, you could go play ball and get undercut by somebody and hurt your neck, your head, your knee. Like I would always like wonder, like skating as a kid is operating itself. And I think when sports have other, you're playing against other kids, is way more liable,
Yeah. What's funny that you bring that up? So obviously we're mainly a fight show. He's a fighter. We talk to a lot of fighters, and before I was coming here, so I have an 11-year-old boy and a 7-year-old boy, and they always ask me like, oh, who do you have on the show? So then I said I was having you on, and the 7-year-old's like, what's more dangerous? I don't know if he was trying to measure me to see what he should do, but he was like, what's more dangerous, fighting or skateboarding? And I'm like, that's a good question.
Probably fighting, man. I gotta imagine fighting, yo.
You said
right?
You've been skating since you were like 12, right? What was the worst injury you got from skating?
I've been fortunate. I never really got hurt too bad, except for one time. I had an opportunity to go to Europe for the whole summer. We were going to go to every country. We were starting in Italy, working all the way up to like Switzerland and back down to France and Spain. And on the second day, I don't even know what I did to my ankle. I landed and I compacted it, and like the whole thing up to like the middle of my thigh. The middle of my calf was black. God. My foot, everything. But I refused to go home because I was like, there were just I was about to see parts of the world that like I was like, I might not ever make it back here, So I think maybe I still covered under my mom's health insurance. I forget what it was. I was like, I'm not going home though. So I just go buy some like janky European crutches and kept it iced and yeah, it kept me out for a good 9 months or so until it was healthy again. But yeah, that's what I was tripping when you had first asked me. I was like, shit. My wife her family. They're big UFC fans. She actually grew up with their family friends with the Dillashaws and with
Oh, really?
With what's the gentleman's name from Stockton? The brothers, the Diaz's.
Diaz.
So they've known their families have known one another and stuff for a long time, and they've really introduced me to UFC and MMA, because I was like, at first I was like, man, this sport is, it's still brutal, but now I really like watching it.
It's crazy you say it, because I like seeing this documentary on like skateboarding and shit, and people were getting like some of it was like dope, and then you see like one part, you just see people getting fucked up, like falling and like twisting shit, breaking shit. It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but for a fighter, you don't like injuries either. Like he pretends as though taking a punch or like he just took this last weekend. He won by knockout, but he used to fight in the UFC, but he fights in the CFFC now. He demolished the guy by knockout, but he got calf kicks and he was complaining about calf kicks earlier.
Oh man.
I don't know. I still look at getting on the board is more dangerous.
I feel like
probably because I can't do it.
I feel like skaters, like they've gotten so good too. I judge one of the bigger skateboard contest series, and like I think we've been doing it for about 10 years now, and I can only think of like a handful of injuries throughout that 10-year period because like these guys are so good and they've trained themselves in how to fall, how to run or roll things out.
Do you still skate often?
You know what, that I do only. Not only, but the pandemic really was something that like got me back on a board because when I would be at the house kind of stressed out, not knowing what to really do with myself or my time, and my girl would be like,
you need to go.
Yeah, just go. And there's a school down the street from my house that's built really well for skating, not intended, but like, so I would just spend days.
And they're saying, who's this grown ass adult just trashing our school?
Man.
Little do they know. That's funny.
I had to go to the grocery store with them on Sunday, and I was like, yeah, just pick me up on the way out. And so they pulled up and they watched me throw my board over the fence, jump over the fence, and I get in the car and they're both just like shaking their head. Like my daughter and my wife just like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like,
as long as you're happy, man, you got that outlet. Man, get to relax.
Exactly. I bring that up because I see Tony Hawk once in a while on random shit on TV, like still, as gray as can be, but still jumping on a fucking ramp. I'm like, dude, if I fell off a board is how many inches from the ground? If I fell off right now, granted, obviously I'm nowhere near a skater, but I feel like I would hurt a lot of things if I fell.
He's incredible, man. He really is like. Obviously for the amount of years he's been doing it, and just the level at which he still does it at is like,
it's insane.
He's the man. He can do whatever. He can do whatever McDonald's commercials. He's taking his hits for commercializing his success, which, any sport like people get mad at the guy that's the most.
Just do your thing. Yeah, do your thing.
So, but dude, it's like
those are people projecting their own misery.
Exactly. Yeah.
So listen, man. So then you switch from skateboarding to the fashion world, right? I was just telling also Burrell here before we got on that I don't feel like I can pull off sweats in a cool way like some folks like yourself. But the stuff that you create, has a much cooler vibe than maybe what I'll rock. But my point being is like, so Jimmy's sweatpants, right? That's JSP.
Yep. Yeah.
And I know you did that obviously because that's like the comfort, right? The comfort aspect of it.
Yeah.
So you've taken that very far and you've gotten to a lot of places with the fashion. How does it feel like, cause you still put a lot of Philly into it. Mm-hmm. How does it feel to be like representing Philly, being out in the West Coast and in a global brand?
Man, it honestly is like the nicest thing in the world. And, cause I always felt, I got so much out of being part of, like I said, that scene in Philadelphia. No, like if I were anywhere else in the world at that time period, I wouldn't have been able to do some of the things I did or be part of the things that was part of it. It was simply just like right place, right time. And, just like, and also it was a very special time in Philadelphia. You think like this is the height of Iverson, Beanie Siegel. We had so many special things going on in Philly at that time period. And it was something I took a lot of pride in. And, I just knew like if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't go into some places. So I always felt like if I had another opportunity to do something that I had a voice in, I would give that voice and time and energy back to the place that had done so much for me. I wouldn't have met my wife and had our kid or, have the life that we have today if it wasn't for that. And I was like, I always wanted those kids to feel like they had someone out there rooting for them the same way I had older dudes rooting for me. And And that was simply it. You know, obviously the sports and stuff, we take a lot of pride in our sports team. I'm sick to my stomach right now because the Phillies just got swept by the worst team in Major League Baseball at the most important time of the year.
And they went into that with everybody being very hopeful too.
Yeah,
you know,
after they lost their two best pitchers to the Reds too. So, but yeah, no, that was always a thing. Just making sure, like, I know that those kids downtown, they don't have too many older dudes that are still in positions to, you know, to be just like cheerleaders for them. You know what I'm saying? And I want those kids to know that there are people still wanting to make sure they get the same attention that I once had the opportunity to get from skating in them same spots. So,
love it. So as far as right now, what are you working on? What's next? Are you coming out with anything new soon, or?
Yeah. No, we have a couple more things. We have another project with Vans we're working on. Another project with Lapstone and Hammer, which is like a really good shop downtown in Philadelphia. Brian's, the owner, Brian Nadab, his family, they started City Blue and stuff back in the day. So Brian's like,
he's got the hair. He's got the hair.
Yeah.
Tell him to come on the show. I've been wanting to get him on the show too.
I most certainly will.
I'm trying to get all these, like, you know, because they're, you know, you guys are inspirational, I think, to a lot of people who listen. And I've been following him for a bit too. He seems like a good dude.
Man, Brian is like, that guy's got like a heart of gold, man. Like everything, he does a lot for like his employees. He does a lot for the cities. He'll take something like a Fear of God release and figure out how to turn it into a charity for, you know, for like a Boys and Girls Club, or, you know, Brian just got a really good heart. So we have a project coming out, which we're supposed to come out for Made in America. It'll still come out that same day, but we can't do the big activation that we wanted to do at his store because of the mask mandate. So, but yeah, that'll be out in a couple of days. Working on a project with Amoroso Rose.
Cool.
So yeah, just doing stuff that, like, fortunate to do things, companies that, like, I enjoy working with and stuff. So.
Is it a bit of a dream job situation that you have right now? It seems like you're getting to play, you're getting to have fun, you're getting to be creative.
Man, it's something that I don't take for granted, not one bit, you know, because I've been in positions where, like, you know, this was after I had my daughters. It was 2014. You know, I took a couple years off from work because she had some health issues I had to take care of. And when I tried to get back into work, I couldn't find my way at all. And, like, it took me down a very, like, just, like, brutally honest, just like a dark place, you know. And I knew I had more to give. It was just a matter of, like, finding that groove again. So knowing how personally tough that struggle was, and to get here is like, you know, just keep going and keep hustling, you know.
Awesome, brother. Well, we're proud of your success. We're proud of the representation that you're doing, you know, for us over here, you know, for the sport.
Philly's like, it gets. I don't know where the rap. I feel like the city's like it's too tough for people. It's too honest for people.
Yeah,
like,
but we kind of love that, don't we?
The best part.
This is funny. We went to the Phillies game. This was early the start of the season, and she's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get Amelia something to eat and drink. So she comes back and she's got like this look on her face, and I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I said thank you to the lady at the register, and she just like looked at me. And she's like,
I mean,
you were too sweet.
What's going on here?
It's just like, not like, you don't get a thank you for saying a thank you here. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like, you know,
that's
your business.
That is. Listen, that's a funny observation because it's true. I always like, anytime we fly and you get anywhere, like, the treatment is very, very whatever it might be, and then as soon as you get back to the Philly airport, you're like, yep, I'm back. You can just feel the energy, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun.
Yeah, it's so true. But yeah, I just always loved how honest people are there, and it's like, you know, if anybody's gonna, like, if you need like a measuring stick anywhere, it's like, just ask somebody from Philadelphia. They're gonna give you like the most brutally honest answer.
Yeah, I think New York takes a little too much credit for that type of behavior. I think we win.
I know. Yeah.
Well, so in your expert opinion, do we continue as a podcast to push the Philly angle until this thing grows as much as it can?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, for
It's
sure.
the way I
yeah.
feel about it. But then I'm like, are we holding this back by being too niche?
I think if you claim
I think about that, but I think that's a good cornerstone to build it on. You know.
I trust the man. I mean, the man had a billboard across from the Eagle Stadium, I believe. Is that not right? Did you not have a billboard for one of your sneakers?
How cool was that?
Oh,
I mean, bro, is that not the? Did you not win everything at that moment? Like,
The kid from Vans, actually, he went to Temple at the same time as me, and then we lost touch for some time, and then when we were working on that project, I had pointed out, I said, you know, I want to get a billboard in the city, and I figured, like, man, we might get something like, maybe something on Front Street that nobody sees. Like I'm thinking like maybe Delaware and Spring Garden. That would be cool. And he's like, yo, you'll never believe we got it right across the street from the link.
that's fucking ridiculous.
That was pretty awesome. But I had to send the guy in there to get the drone footage, and he said like the Naval Yard police or whatever were like he had to go in there like incognito and.
Oh, and like, a lot of drones can't even go up in that area because of the stadiums and the airport and the Navy Yard. It's impossible almost. So if you got that footage, congrats.
He brought it up just to the point, and then he's like, I got it, and then got out of there.
Smart. See, that skater mentality. That's so that would jump over the fence.
Yeah, I think he's a graffiti kid, so he knew like. I think he'd already knew those parts over there, so he's like, all right, I got this for you.
That's awesome. Well, listen, bro, we won't keep you much longer. I do appreciate you taking the time. You're back perhaps in the next month or so in the area?
For sure, yeah. We're going to come back. There's actually a Love Park documentary being made by a really good videographer from the city. So I got to come and hopefully get with him and share my insight on that. And then, I wish we would have been for Made in America because that would have been awesome. Time, but
it's been crazy.
Yeah, and hopefully one of these games too, we can get back and watch the Eagles. So
yeah,
I feel like I'm more excited for this team than I've been for the past 2 years, honestly.
You think Hurts is going to pull it off?
I think Hurts is going to be way better than people think.
I agree.
I think he's going to be better than no. Look on his face.
Oh, but he's a Rams fan. He's a Rams fan.
I want him to do well.
Yeah,
Rams gonna go to the Super Bowl too. Remember that. You heard it here first.
They're good, man. I'm just curious about the. Maybe I'm blind, but like I feel like Stafford for Goff was like they traded for the same guy.
You leave him alone. They did not trade for the same guy. Stafford got a gun. We're going to the Super Bowl.
And they gave up a lot for him too, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And Jared Goff was a bum. I'm glad he's going.
And like, I'm curious. Like the Wentz was like, this guy had so much hope, and it was like, man, it was 3 ugly years of football since the Super Bowl.
I think something got messed up with the front office. They were saying like he was like pissed with the coach and the GM. Like I think something personal happened with Wentz. I don't think y'all should have gave up Wentz.
Well, I heard from people in the sports news world that I'm friendly with that one observation they made throughout all those years with Carson was that in the locker room when it was Nick Foles, the team would celebrate him in the back. They were together always. They were enjoying the victories and together in the losses. Carson was always in his own side of the locker room, never part of that group. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe the guy never really clicked and we thought he did,
But to go from like
and now the Colts gonna go to
from
the
that
Super Bowl.
Run up until that Week 12 game here where he blew his knee out, it was like that season was incredible. And then it was just like after that, it was like you'd see some glimmers of it, but then you'd see him like. Do you remember the Dallas game where the opening drive he dropped back like 30 yards and then just fumbled?
No.
Sounds about right, though.
I'm like picturing it though.
And there was another time, that same game, he's rolling out and the guy's like deep in the end zone and then he just tossed, the dude was like triple covered and he just threw it right to it was just plays you'd be like, how the fuck did you think that you were gonna make that?
You gotta come over to the Rams side. You mean we got a potent offense, the defense look good.
Man,
it's a good season to be a Rams fan, man.
When they came here, I bought the gold. I went on eBay and I found a gold Falk jersey.
Oh shit!
And I was like, man, I'm gonna have a team here. I just can't do it, man. I'm going to. They've played 3 times here since, and we've been fortunate to go to all 3 games. 2 at the Coliseum, and then one at the at the Carson, the StubHub Arena. Yo, that was sick because it was like seeing an NFL game at like Widener.
I'm trying to think. Oh
Whoa.
shit! I want to go to fucking SoFi, but I ain't going. I'm not going to get in. I'm not going.
Yeah, that place. Yo, they said there's a movie theater in there. They had a restaurant.
Really?
That shit looks so fucking high tech.
It said it's super nice.
Damn.
I'm gonna get some tickets.
Damn.
I think they play the Raiders. Eagles play the Raiders week 7 at their new stadium. But Raiders fans are something else, man. Like our Eagles fans are
horrible.
Terrible. Raiders fans are really scary too. So.
Well, listen, man. When you come back to the city, please come on the show. We're all gonna wear, jogging suits.
I bet.
Sweatpants.
I gotta send some back for you guys to wear.
Please send me something decent, and you can let me know how I look in it. I don't want to look like a dad going to Wawa to get a coffee in the morning. I want to look a little hipper than that.
Please text me your sizes and address, and I'll get something out this week for you.
Dude, you're the man. All right, brother. It was a pleasure. I can't wait to see you in the studio, man. Take care.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Brother.
Take care.
Peace.
He's the man, right?
Yeah, let's continue that Rams conversation.
Nah, let's not.
That was getting pretty. That was getting pretty good.
Can you not challenge our guest?
What?
Gabby, we good over there? It didn't shut off, right, then?
No, you're good.
All right, cool. You like the guest?
Yeah.
This was enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you can. I don't even know what time it is. I feel like we're just.
When I got attacked for no reason about myself.
That was part of the plan. That was part of the plan. That's part of the plan. Can I give you a technical tip?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Lean into that microphone.
God damn.
And don't stop telling them the same thing you want to tell them until they hear you. Because you were too sweet. You were like, I asked my question, he didn't hear me. I'm just gonna keep on going. I'm just gonna wait.
Because it sounded like y'all was like everybody else was having like y'all was rolling, and I'm like,
Nah, interrupt. You're good. Interrupt.
He knocks a guy out last week, and now he's afraid to interrupt.
He's too sensitive to jump in.
I'll get in where I fit in.
Yeah, TV shows and bugs. You put those in the way, and we have a problem. But.
I'm telling you, I was faking that bug shit. I wasn't scared. I swear to you, I was faking that shit.
Right.
I needed
believe
that.
you. I believe you.
Good.
Should we do some quick current events, and then we'll wrap this guy up?
Sure.
Do we know how long we've been going?
7 hours.
An hour and 6 minutes.
Perfect. Cool. Oh, what do you got for us, Gabby? I feel like this is going pretty well. Now, if I find out that you haven't pressed record.
Oh,
I
shit.
I have panically checked at least
Yo.
12 times.
Yes.
I'm good.
Good for you.
I see the timer going up for times that we've recorded.
I love it.
That's so
and
funny, 'cause that
audio's
would be
good.
me.
Right? Audio's good?
You were talking about anxiety, and I was like,
I know.
me.
I know you. I know. I listen. You're. If anybody deserves a drink, it's you. Because
I
holy
definitely
moly, that's a
been
lot.
sitting over there not recording anything.
That's a lot of responsibility. No, if she didn't record, I mean,
Oh man.
I'm just gonna stay in this chair till tomorrow and just cry. 'Cause those
Just
were
call-
good interviews.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they were. You don't
I
want.
wanted to ask. I forgot her name.
Mary.
Yeah. What was her favorite submission? What is this retire years?
Oh, sister. You know what? This is where you're gonna have to blow that up for me a little bit.
Oh,
if
shit.
you're able to.
Check
Did
him
you hear
out.
about this?
No, but I like him. It's crazy. He went into stand up.
I know.
I'm not gonna watch his stand up, but he
Yeah.
was funny on somebody's podcast.
Well, he has his own podcast. It's Fighter and the Kid. Who I will admit, I started listening to that when I was running years ago, maybe like 6-7 years ago, whenever it started. It was him and Brian Callen.
Oh shit.
And it was very entertaining at that time because there wasn't many podcasts. I think it was Rogan and him and a couple other people. When it came time to come up with the idea of doing the podcast, this one, I was like, well, why the fuck not? I enjoy that one.
He's funny as shit.
So lots of respect that way. But yeah, so apparently he did. He rescued 3 kids out of a car that was all fucked up and mangled on the highway.
Driver charge.
And the dad. So do you know the story? You want me to tell you real quick?
Oh, I don't know the fuck.
He's driving with this girl on the highway. They see they were like the first on the scene. Tractor trailer, cars all mangled. He gets there. He sees the kids like in need of getting out of the car.
Yeah.
And then he sees some like Mexican looking dude on the street that's getting up
No shoes. Like running.
with no shoes running across the street, gets hit by a car, gave him a weird look. And meanwhile, he's like, the kids, this guy, like, what the fuck is happening here? The guy gets up, survives, but then he continues to do the stuff with the kids. And so he saves the kids. The mom is dead in the front seat.
How? Like
The car was mangled. Yeah.
Was he drinking and driving?
No.
With
There was
murder?
nobody in the driver's seat. There was nobody in the driver's seat. He's saved the kids. He wasn't in the accident.
No. I'm saying like this says the driver was charged with murder.
Because ready. Here's the twist. Jesus. The guy who he saw get hit by the car running in the street was the dad of the kids, who that morning told them, "We're all going to heaven together today," and he swerved on purpose to kill the whole family. Instead, the kids are now traumatized. He's going to jail, and the mom died. Isn't that fucked up? Yeah.
That's fucking heavy.
That's heavy.
God damn.
Thanks, Gabby.
I know. Well, I focus on the hero.
No. So he did his thing.
I can't now. You can't. You gonna say, forget all that other stuff. But what about this
But
part?
what about the hero?
I know these stories
Wait.
are always hard because you
Alright.
want to recognize that there's still good in people that would risk their lives to save others.
Yeah.
But you have to talk about the bad.
I wonder if I would do that.
I think I would.
I like in certain situations. I think I would help people, but I'm really big on minding my business and staying away.
You know why I say I would? Because there's been like 3 or 4 occasions that I've gotten out of my car to go check on an accident. Because I felt like for a couple of years, I would see so many accidents. I'm like, this is fucking weird. Like, am I gonna get in an accident? And this is why I'm like seeing it. A car flipped in front of me on Route 70, and I was first there, and then people rushed and we got that person out. Like, we didn't rescue them from anything, but like seatbelt door, get them out of the car. Car upside down. Another one, it was we were at a gas station like that. A woman got T-boned right in the middle of the street there. Damn. All this shit, and I feel like you would.
Not car shit. Like if maybe some like if somebody was like getting mugged or something, maybe fire, maybe I might get out of my car. I'm probably going to be hot that they cause traffic. I'm not.
You're not selling yourself as a very good guy.
I'm not nice in the car. I'm not nice. I don't get out and yell or roll my window down and cuss at you. But I'll give you a look.
Control your anger, man. Control your anger.
What? If I wasn't controlled, I would get out the car. I'm not getting out the fucking car.
He locks the doors.
What the fuck is going on here? What is?
Oh, Bisping and McGregor.
So
Yeah.
I just pulled this up as one of the examples of Connor's Twitter.
He's lost his fucking mind, man. I feel so bad for him. Somebody needs to talk to him.
Yeah.
I think he fucking needs to stop. I think he something snapped. Something snapped, and I feel so bad.
You guys know my feelings towards Conor, and you know that I've always been
the greatest Conor McGregor fan because he's a brilliant mixed martial artist and top-notch promoter. Let me stop.
But I can finally say that I no longer care. I'm kind of over it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he don't have like if this was like 2 championship titles, McGregor, it would be like
right.
But after Khabib beat his ass those 2 times, is like
because the drama you're causing now seems like just a petty way to try to get attention.
Yeah,
like
it's
win.
not genuine.
Please win,
yeah.
Dude. Like, by the way, he's targeting everybody. So he was targeting fighters. Fighters wouldn't have it because he was losing. So now he's targeting commentators.
He fucking cussed fucking
DC. He called him fat and drunk. Granted, DC was fat and drunk. Did you see that video?
No.
He comes in belching.
I'm not going to watch. Who cares?
And
Who cares?
Well,
he could be fat and drunk. Leave him alone.
I know. Leave him alone. You're right. First of all, this is coming from Conor, who was probably skinny and drunk. So let's be real. It's just stupid now. Like, and now you're picking on Bisping, talking about how he has one eyeball and all. Like, all right, we get it, dude.
It's fucking sad. I feel so bad for him because I think he's lost his fucking mind.
Bisping said, if you stand on your big wallet, you're still not even a
that
star.
shit. Yo, get the fuck. Oh man, I feel bad for him.
I like
I'm gonna reach
Conor.
out to him and be like, "Hey, bud, you want to go get a cup of coffee? And talk? We could talk about some things."
He said, "Who the fuck are you?"
That's all what's gonna happen.
Can he just be quiet, come out unexpectedly, win a fucking fight, and then we'll put up with a little more.
I think it's over for him. I don't think he got it no more. Not like got it like he can't do it physically. I don't think he mentally got that shit. I think he might. I think he. I feel bad saying it because I do like his when he used to build up fights. I used to tune in. But
it's just one of those things. I can't anymore make excuses in my head before I see his fight, convincing myself that he's gonna finally pull it off. Because you've gotten beaten every way. Yeah. You even beat yourself by breaking a leg. Like, you're gonna lose no matter what. I feel like at this point.
Yeah. I mean, if he ain't fuck his bread up, he should just go.
You know what he should really do? He should really say, you know what? I agree. I'm over this shit. I'm just gonna go spark any YouTuber that wants to fight me and make a shitload of money.
Don't let me touch $100 million. What? Next time I'm gonna be on the podcast, I'm gonna be 340 pounds.
I like this couch.
I'll never fight again. What?
Oh Lord.
That's what, for someone who talks so much about Taco Bell, your abs. I was like, this guy's looking ripped.
This fucking guy.
Because I had to. And you don't even know, like, how... I like, drove past a fucking McDonald's that... I fucking haven't eaten McDonald's in, like, 5 fucking years. And I, like, drove past and was like, oh, man.
Let me just lower the window and smell it. What
What
was the first thing you ate after the weight? Like, what was when you could actually eat whatever? What was the first thing you ate?
Mississippi didn't have good food.
Was it in the same casino?
No, it was in a different casino. It's like you can't go, like, where the casinos were. You couldn't, like, go, like, down the road to, like, you know. What did I eat? I didn't eat anything good.
That lets me down so much. I was hoping you'd be like, 50 wings or like a fucking hoagie or like.
I'm gonna treat myself to a nice steak soon, but I'm not gonna draw because I get fat too fast. And once it start, man, once I wake up that monster again, it's over. I would be like, what, Rob? You want me to fight at 170? Step on the scale, that shit say
205. Oh, wow.
I'm going to be like, I'm 185. I'll be there. Don't even worry about it. Fuck that shit. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get fat when I'm done.
Well, listen. When you're finally ready to do that, you let me know, and I will join you happily. Meanwhile, I have the Broad Street thing coming. That's like the closest thing for me to have a fight in October. So I'm gonna commit to running as much as I can.
Of a run is it?
10 miles. So I've been doing 2 miles every day, but stretching and doing it right. And I actually been feeling pretty fucking good. So hopefully the weight will start coming off. Granted, next week we go to Dominican Republic for about 10 days. So I'll gain
He'll be a little
back.
chunky when he come back.
I'm already a little chunky. I'm gonna be big as shit.
Shit.
It's very hard. Actually, one time we went to the Dominican Republic, I killed it. I will tell the chefs or the people, like, they were so nice, and I would just say, hey, like, can you whip up like a skirt steak, some like fresh vegetables.
You flew your chef out there?
Huh?
Ace Money? Thanks.
No. The people in the fucking. I call them chefs. I'm talking about all inclusives. They're I guess they're chefs, right?
He brought his 2 chefs down, his personal trainer.
Oh, did I not tell you we got that deal
walkers.
with Taco Bell?
Really?
Oh, that's how I got the chef.
Stop. Shit. I don't know what. Wait.
I do have a chef. I have you right here.
Oh shit. I'm nice.
You want to come to the Dominican Republic?
What? Listen, we can
Keep
get
me
a
in check?
stove. We can get. I don't cook healthy shit.
Well, I don't cook healthy shit. What do I need you for?
If you want some,
If you want a delicious Sunday.
if you want some different fat shit, I can make you some different fat shit. It's definitely pound of butter and whatever I'm making.
I'll see, but that I like. But it's grass-fed butter, so it's healthy for you. I did butter coffees for about 3 years in a row. I probably took at least 5 years off my life.
Who said that? Joe Rogan said something
He
about
used
butter
to.
or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, butter and shit is okay, but
Butter
not
coffee's delicious.
not fucking coffee.
I already have like a throat clearing issue when I was drinking that. How people put up with me is
You're
beyond
fucking
me.
gross. Butter and coffee. I can't even. I don't even. I'm like trying to like. I can't fathom like butter.
It's delicious. I'm gonna make it for you one day. I just
can't.
need a mixer in here.
Absolutely.
Do we have any fights coming up this weekend? I think there are fights. Is there anything else we want to throw, or should we wrap this guy up?
I'm actually scheduled to fight for the UFC welterweight title this week.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you look good.
You know,
Is that why you only had 2 whiskeys?
I'm 100% sure it was more than 2.
Gabby, have you figured out how to zoom in on that screen like you used to in the old studio? Because there is no way in hell I'm going to be able to read these. You're going to have to read them off to me.
Damn, I don't know any of these motherfuckers.
Who's
I
the
did see
what's the main event?
The top guy, the guy who
Oh,
fought,
Gaslam fights Cannonier.
I seen for the first time in fucking Mississippi. I watched after my fight. I was in a room, and I watched him versus Izzy.
Izzy,
That
my favorite fight.
was so fucking good. I'd never seen that fight before.
My favorite fight.
I know I'm
ever.
late as shit.
You're super late.
Yo, Mike came in the room. He's like, "You ain't see this shit? This shit, this shit." I'm sitting there like,
But
That shit
it was
popping.
Dude,
shit was
might be
popping.
my favorite fight.
Yeah.
That was such a back and forth. Gaslam getting dropped how many times and still getting up? What a fucking beast. That was a fantastic fight, man. I think that won
Damn
fight
good
of the
fight.
year that year in like the MMA awards or whatever. the
I
hell.
never want to be involved
so-
in a fight of the year.
I love
That shit sound like it's gonna be painful after.
Did you have a headache the next day?
No, my fucking hand was fucking swollen though, and I think he hit me in my collarbone. That was swollen.
You hit
And
your
my rib.
collarbone.
My rib.
Can we
was
talk
swollen.
about? So you faked with a right and you landed a fucking beautiful left hook, right?
Yeah.
And then you came at with a fucking axe.
Dog,
The-
he wouldn't stop fucking fighting. I really wanted that fight to be over. I was so mad that he kept like, just. I wanted that shit to be.
Bro,
done.
you jumped on him and you put your fist so high up.
I wanted that shit to be over.
Well, I think you did it.
And I feel bad for him too because I mean, I like that ref. I forget his name, but I seen him a lot.
Look at
I
this
feel
one.
like he should have stopped that a little sooner than.
Look at his. By the way, look at his face. He knows it's coming, and guess what he did? Nothing.
He tried.
He took it to the face.
That was that. Yo, fucking kicking his fucking calves, fucking bruised my.
You did
calves.
throw a couple calf kicks. I saw that.
Look at that. I was
good.
a
You look
goddamn.
nice.
No, I did.
Yeah, you did. All right, listen. We saw two
the
different
next
fights.
fight though. The next fight.
The next
that
fight?
shit gonna be crazy.
All right. Anyway, you're gonna wear the shirt on the next fight.
If you give me, you being stingy with your shirts, you don't want to give me no shirts and shit.
Can you find what do you need a large? Do you want the pink one or do you want the black one?
I want the pink and black one.
I don't know if we have enough for those.
All right, let me get the pink.
I gotta deduct these from my master. Is that a large? There you go.
I need.
Gabby,
need,
did you
I
cut
need a
the angle
medium.
while you did that too?
Did you see that Cooper cut? That Cooper
Hey,
cut
wait,
catch?
throw it back. I wasn't on you.
Meanwhile,
You
she
ain't-
threw a beautiful throw.
That wasn't. I mean, the catch was better, but
Hey,
the
I
throw
played
was
middle
very
school
accurate.
basketball.
It's a very soft shirt.
Wait, how big is this shirt?
That might be bigger than.
I can give you a different.
Is that a
size.
large?
Yeah, that's
looks
too
big.
big. I'm
Too
about
big?
to get
So you
slim
need a
again.
medium?
Yeah, I'm about to get skinny again.
The last time I wore a medium, I was in like 5th grade.
Are there mediums in there?
Yeah, there should be.
I was about to get.
I'll get
up
you a
and
shirt
go.
after the show. Let's wrap this guy up.
All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. Again, I just want to promote my my podcast. It's called shit. I really forgot what it is.
Is that what it's called?
I don't have a fucking podcast.
Is that what it's called? Shit,
trying
I
to
really
make-
wish I would've had
Oh,
something.
that shit. Oh, that might be a good one.
How about the blue belt thing? The energy. The
Big dick energy.
no,
No,
but what is it?
I
Blue
want-
belt.
I want that shirt, but I ain't.
I don't think we're gonna get that shirt. To be honest. Yeah. I don't think she believes in your social media outreach.
I'm
Outreach.
I fucking refuse.
All right,
These
so
can't-
Sabatini doesn't fight this weekend. He fights next weekend, right? All right, so we'll talk about that next week. I'll be in the Dominican Republic for that fight.
We'll do the. I'll be here and we'll do the podcast.
You can do the show with Gabby. Go for
No,
it, dude.
you
hold the fort.
No, you're gonna be.
Oh,
here.
I'll be in
Yes.
the kind of. Ooh, I
we
like
gotta,
that.
We gotta fucking do this shit, man. We gotta stay on top of it.
So,
And I'm
so
at-
next week I'll be here.
I'll bring some guests in. I'll have some.
He
guests.
brings like McGregor.
The guy who runs the hot dog stand down the street. So tell me.
So how many dogs do you fit in the cart? So listen, so I'm here next week, so we'll do that show, and then I'm gone all the whole week after that. You guys should do the show without me, and I'll remote it.
Yeah.
And I'll be like,
I would
sitting on
add
something on the beach.
I would
Off the
absolutely.
rails.
I won't. It won't be a lot of fight talk though.
That's what you can talk about. You know what? You can talk about football the whole time.
I won't talk about football the whole time, but football is definitely going to come up a few
That's
times.
fine. That's fine. You keep them in check.
She gonna have
Move
to
it along. Move it along.
Yeah, because I'll get into it with football.
Just have
But hey.
I still can't believe you argued with Gorecki about the Eagles. Trying to convince him to become a Rams
He
fan.
gonna watch. He gonna sit in the pants. And I'm
Should we wrap this guy up? Listen, subscribe to the damn show. Let's blow this fucker up
Yes.
now. I'm tired of waiting.
See you guys.